Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so Abhishek, sorry, Avnish, start kar. Who is starting?
Okay, hi guys. Myself Abhi Singh. I'm a technical head for Sundarban House, and we have our host Viren Singh and the manager Manav Mishra. He will be hosting Viren for the session. Manav, you can introduce yourself, then Viren, and we can start.
Hi, my name is Manav Mishra, and I am in technical community of Sundarban, and I will be hosting this event. If anyone has any doubt, let me know in the chat and raise your hand for any queries at the end.
Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So today we are going to wipe code a SaaS from scratch. So first thing we have to tackle in this is, where do we get the idea from? The first thing you have to think about is, what am I going to code? If you don't know what you are going to code, then how can you code? So to acquire idea, you can use many platforms, but one platform which I like is acquire.com, if you have ever heard of it. So is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah, yeah.
So acquire.com, you can have many. Acquire.com is like a marketplace where startups list their startups for selling them. It's like a basically marketplace for startups, so you can find all sorts of startups for all sorts of categories and all sorts of prices. So we are going to use our Comet browser, which is by Perplexity, to find our SaaS idea which we are going to build upon. And we have a time constraint, so we will especially instruct Perplexity to find a SaaS which we will be able to build in 1 hour, so that we can do. And so I have done this already. I asked Perplexity to find me a SaaS product in this which has a high market cap, like high profitability. Like you can see, this has around, asking price is around $15 million, and annual growth is about 20%, and multiples is like a 5.2x to 2.9x revenues it is giving. So it is pretty profitable SaaS. So Perplexity has found me this, and then I will ask Perplexity itself to give me a document in Google Docs. Like I can do it live also. Like here it is acquire.com. We are on acquire.com, and if we kick off assistant and then ask it to give us SaaS, find us a SaaS for us, we can, which we can write code, it will find us a SaaS. Like I think it will go give us a similar result to this, because it's the same query that I ran before. So it is finding a SaaS for us now. So if by the time we get the SaaS and we ask it to make a comprehensive documents which we will later use in our Amazon specs to build our app. So it has given us a comprehensive document in Google Docs. It is running right now. I will show you how it gives the document. But for the meantime, this gives us a comprehensive document with the stacks and all the target metrics which we are going to use in this product. So we can just copy and paste it in our Amazon Kiro IDE, which is an vibe coding IDE. So you can copy and paste it, and then we can build it from there from scratch. Okay. So it is taking some time. Like it has found me this top recommendation financial app. So it has found some different result, but we will go for this result only. for now. So if I copy and paste this, first we have to create a file in our computer that the IDE is going to open. So we are going to create a file first.
So Viren, it's like creating a PRD before vibe coding I have.
Yes, it's like creating a PRD before the project.
Yeah,
It's exactly like creating a PRD before a project.
yeah, right.
So it's having some issue. So yeah, here we will create a file and we can name it anything we want to like I we are building a VPN product, so I will name it this VPN. That's our file. It has been created on a desktop. Then we will head over to the Amazon Kiro IDE and we will open that same file which we have created just now. So here the Viz VPN, and we will open this file. The IDE is opening the file and we can see it is blank because we have not created any folders till now. And we can head over to the specs feature here, which allows us to plan and build the whole idea of the app and what the crux of the app is, like the whole requirement document, before we even start the coding. So it helps us to create a whole plan before we start coding, so so we can give AI the full context, like what we are building. AI does not know what we are building. We have to give it context what we are building. So here we got the document which we got from our Perplexity browser Comet, and we will just copy and paste it here. So it will give context to the IDE that what we are building, and we will have it on auto, which means it auto starts coding, um, and autopilot, which is, and we will send it. So it will think for a while and it will start creating a requirement MD, which is a markdown file. And then it has a three-step process, which is first creates a requirement, then it creates a design, and then it creates task list, which it will go through as we head forward in our project. So first we have given it a task of creating a VPN. So basically we are creating a VPN project with cyber security in real time antivirus and malware detection. So that's what Perplexity selected for us. We can do it manually also. You can go to acquire.com and search for types and head over to SaaS or the digital product or AI product or any type of product you want. You can head over to more and select filter you want to say, like you want annual profit from high to low, annual profit from low to high, or anything you would like. Or even if you don't want to do a pre-made idea, you can also use the idea you have and explain it just like this to the IDE, and it will start building from that. You don't have to come here for idea and copy and paste it. You can have your own ideas too and create from that. So but for this demonstration we are using a pre-made idea which has worked in past, and we are building upon it. So it has started creating a requirement document for now. So it has created a requirement document which is a very extensive document. You can read through it, or you can just pass along and move forward. uh, but I would recommend reading along it so you don't go forward in your project and not know what the actually it is going on, what features are it building. So you will be actually very clueless. So what we are actually building, what the AI has decided to build. So you can go forward with this and accept the design which the IDE has given in the first run, but it is always better to read along so you actually know what the IDE is doing, and you can correct it if it is required. So it has created an extensive requirement document. And if we confirm this, we will head over to the second step of our uh, app design, which is design part. If we confirm this, we will head over to the second part. Move to design phase, you can click here, and it will actually move forward to design phase, and it will start designing your application. I have not read the requirement document, but as I have said, it is always good to read your requirement document. So when we click on design phase, just like it has created requirement MD for us, it will create design MD for us, and we can head over to task after this. Anybody have any doubt, you can ask in the way. Oh, and Kiro ID is only a single platform. You can have many different platforms which does the exact same things. Like it is Q coder is also there. You can use Q coder for the same task of thing. Like it also designs first, and then it is help you. Then it helps you to build the whole app. And similarly, you can use for less of a purpose, but you can use Firebase too. That does the same thing. It helps you make a blueprint of the app and then move forward to building. So you can have many platforms, but for this demonstration specifically, we are using Amazon Kiro IDE. So it is taking some
Viren,
time to create a
Viren, just a
yes,
question, quick question.
yes, yes.
Is there any specialty that you are using Kiro? Is there anything that you like about Kiro and not about others like Qcoder or anything else? Firebase Studio.
I have used many IDEs, but I prefer Cairo IDE because it is very similar to the VS Code. It is actually based on VS Code, so it provides a very familiar experience both ways. Like you can even if you are using some coding experience from beforehand, then you will have no problem existing to Cairo ID. That's its benefit, like I guess.
Okay, okay, great.
So it is creating the design document like ID VPN. It has named it cybersecurity platform that multi-tier SaaS and all of that stuff that it has written. You can read it if you like. Then it is making an high-level system architecture, which it will later use to design the whole app. And here about the Q coder too. You can use same project in Q coder, and it's the same process here also. It does the same thing. Like you can search for the same file, and it does the same thing. With VPN, this is the folder that Cairo has created. It has design MD and requirement MD, and all the features. It will create more documents too. It will be in this Cairo folder only. And here you can see that's the same plan and build architecture that the Cairo uses. You can use it too for the purpose. And in the meanwhile, the Cairo IDE has created the high level system architecture. So it is an extensive process, but we have specifically chose this problem so we can finish it in 1 hour, and I can demonstrate you from start to finish like how the process goes. So I will try to finish this application as much as I can in this session only. So it is creating the document. The entire document is getting created. So, and also one advantage for the people who go for the vibe coding, like they start with bolt and lovable, but the difference between the bolt and lovable and Cairo ID is the bolt and lovable does not work on back end. They only works on the front end. So they create a wrapper which looks very nice on the first go, but is not actually functionable. Which they use Superbase and stuff for pseudo backend, which is not actually a proper backend that real production grade application has. So if some person is trying to start vibe coding, first tools that get suggested to them is Lovable, Bolt, and etc. But the problem with them is they actually don't build a full stack application. They just build a full front end and provide you with that, which looks very nice, but is not actually very functional in the sense. So that's the advantage of using Cairo ID over platforms like Bolt or Lovable.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
In which programming language it's coding? I mean, can we select our programming language to him?
Yes, you can definitely select our programming language. Like it has actually now coding in. I have not actually read the requirement document, but it I think it is coding in Node.js. I think the stack it has selected in the document it is already given like target metrics like this front end is created in React 18 with TypeScript and Next.js 14, and backend is created in Node.js with Express TypeScript, and PostgreSQL is used as primary database, and Redis and all is also getting used. So the document, the perplexity created consists of all the stack which instructs the ID to instruct the ID in language selection also. You can make in any language like Node.js, Python backend. You can make React, or you can even create mobile application with Flutter or Dart.
Yeah, yeah. Ask.
Sir, as you mentioned, those lovable and other tools can develop a front end. Can we develop a better, like good, decent front end on Cairo ID too?
Yes, you can build a very good front ends in Cairo ID too. Like I can demonstrate you with front ends that I have built on Cairo ID.
Yes, sir, please.
Like this is one of the front end that Cairo ID has built. In the meantime, I think Cairo ID has finished its work. So we can actually move forward to the implementation phase where it creates task and get on implementing it and actually starts writing code. And here is our demonstration loading.
So it might also have some daily cap or some credit limitations and all, right?
Yes, you get around 500 credits for free in the start, but you can upgrade the plan and you can actually extend its uses. I think all the tools in the market right now is paid, but the
Yeah.
pricing is also very generous, I think.
Okay, sir.
Thing too.
I I think the screen stopped.
So it is actually I have opened 3ID, so it actually took a lot of space. So here it is an example of what a Cairo ID can make. This is what a Cairo. This is totally generated on Cairo ID.
Sir, it's not visible.
Is it now?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
So this is an example like what Cairo ID can build. You can
Yes.
customize it as much as you want. You can customize it, and you can mess around with it. Like this whole app is created on Cairo ID only. So you can actually make very good app using Cairo ID, and it allows you with lot of iterations too. You can iterate as much as you like. So we will head back to our IDE for now, and it has created task lists which it will implement one by one and actually start writing code.
So did we took the initial plan and that initial plan from the Perplexity AI?
Yes, you can use your own plan too, but here we used Perplexity AI to find us a good plan which is making actually a good revenue in this time, and we are making a kind of like a platform similar to it. So that's what we are trying to do. But you can actually don't need this step. You can actually head back to Perplexity and explain the whole idea to it and ask it for a detailed prompt and tech stack which it suggests you, and you can actually copy paste into the IDE, and then you can start building on your own ideas. You don't actually need that step to uh, make this.
Okay, okay, sir. So can you show the initial first prompt we used for Perplexity?
Like initial first prompt I use this very simple prompt. Like this is the first prompt I use. Like even you can tell it a kind time and strain. I told it I have to make it in under 1 hour. So find a platform that I can make it in under 1 hour. So it will browse the whole website and tell us what you can do. So if I tell it to make a Google Doc with requirement and send it, it will start making a requirement documentation in Google Docs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's like it has created the whole plan now, and it has given us the requirement documentation, design and task list, all of it. And now it is asking for us to confirm the plan that it has created, or you can actually type in and modify anything you like in this plan, and tell it how you want it rather than the way it has been created by the IDE. You can actually modify all of it, but for this purpose we are actually heading back with the original plan that the IDE is creating. But you can actually type in anything you want, like make the UI with glass morphism, and it will make the UI with glass morphism. It has taken our preference into account, and it has created a design MD and modified design MD. This is the design MD, and it has modified it, and it has taken into account our suggestion that we want our app to have a glass morphism design. And similarly, you can change anything in this entire plan just by telling it what you actually want. It will create entire changes that you want, and if you are okay with the plan, we can just move forward. Like it is also telling you in chat what it has created. And now we can tell it to start building, just as simple as that. Now it will start generating code. Now it is starting with task 1.1, which is the first task it has created, and it will similarly move forward to task 1.2 and so forth and so forward. And it will actually go down till task how much it has created. Like, okay, it has created many tasks, I can see. So it will go down to task 20.5 till the whole application is done. So it is all the tasks that it has created, and now it will go forward and create the code for all of it. First, it has created a JSON file with specifications. So it is creating file according to the specification we gave it to the IDE, which is Node.js and all with PostgreSQL. You can see here. Like also, it has created a Google Doc that we gave it earlier to the Perplexity browser. Like it has created a requirement document in the Google Docs, which we can copy and paste similar to the process we did. So here we are using React 18 plus with TypeScript and all that in the front end, and in the back end we are using Node.js and Express.js. So according to that stack which we have given to it, it is creating a code, and it will actually create folders too, which will and organize the code so it is maintainable in the future too. And you can work along manually too, so you can like manually modify the code, or you can use the IDE forward to modify the code as you like. So it is taking some time. It has created many files which are inside packages. So first task, if we go back to design MD, sorry, task MD, was to create packages file, which is this is going initialize monorep structure with TypeScript configuration that it is doing in TypeScript languages it is making. So TypeScript is a language which most AI vibe coding tools use because it provides we will not get into that much detail, but it provides very good development environment. So TypeScript is used by almost all the vibe coding platforms, including the popular ones like Lovable, Bolt, etc. They create front end in TypeScript only.
Yeah, that's the bias, I guess, with the most of the vibe coding applications or vibe coding agents. They mostly
Yeah,
use the MERN stack.
yeah, they mostly use TypeScript and Node.js.
Yeah.
So we actually get some error, which we can also tell the error which we have got, and it will also fix the errors along the way. So it is creating packages, and all files are good. In this file, we have got one error, like semicolon error, I think it is. So when this tasks all are finished, we will also do debugging to fix the errors. Like it's always something minor like semicolon bracket or that kind of stuff that it creates. And about till task, I think two or three we will be able to have a visual cue of the platform, like what we are creating when it starts developing front end. So we can visually see what it is creating rather than just see the codes that it is creating. Like in vibe coding, it is always helpful to have a visual cue of what you are actually creating. So it is creating that files of the backend. It is creating backend file first, and then it is creating front end. Like it always helps if you know the basic terminologies of the coding. If you are vibe coding, like it is always better than not knowing anything, because if you get stuck you have to know like which point I am getting stuck at and able to explain it to the AI, so you can get unstuck. If you don't know the basic terminologies, you will get stuck, and then you will not know where and how to get out of that problem. So basic terminologies are the must, like what is front end, back end, and which files are like TS is for TypeScript and JS is for JavaScript, JSON is for JavaScript object notation, like that type of things you have to know. Like that always helps. And even if you are not know that kind of stuff, you can start pipe coding, and along the way you will start to get familiar with the code. So you will also learn along the way like which files does what. So you will actually get better at this skill from time. As with all skills you get better with time, you can also get at better at this skills at time. So like key features, glass morphism, UI, and all that stuff is has been implemented. We can just instruct it to continue forward with the task list, or we can actually instruct it to do some changes that we like. Like we instructed it to implement glass morphism UI, that it has implemented glass morphism UI. Now we can move forward to the next step. So we will tell it to move forward to the next step. So it will just move forward with the task list. Like 1.1 it has completed. Now it will move forward to 1.2, 1.3, and similarly so forth, and it will go till the end. So you can also ask it to start the front end for you, so you can actually have a visual cue, or if you know the commands, you can actually start it yourself too by typing npm run dev and all the other type of stuff. So if you try, let us try if it works. So turbo is not defined. We will do, like, you don't have to worry about all this stuff like what I am typing right now. You can just ask the IDE to handle it, and IDE will handle all the stuff for you. Like, you don't have to remember these commands. But as you move forward the way, if you see what the IDE is actually doing, you will actually learn how the process is actually taking place, and you can actually do it few things yourself, and you don't have to totally depend on the IDE. So like, it is not working right now. It is making some more files. Let's see when we can get our first visual cue for the application that we are building, and our front end starts, so we can actually start seeing what we are building and start using what we are building. And once we start building and seeing what we are, have a strong visual cue, then we can instruct the AI better on what we actually want it to make, rather than just blindly seeing the code and not knowing what we are actually building. So it has created completed task 1.2, and it has started task 1.3, and it gives you update like it has created task 1.2, and it is moving forward with task 1.3, which is in initializing database, I think. Yes, it is initializing database. So it is creating database right now. So you get the full control, you have the database too, whether along with some platforms you don't get to make your database and they ask you to connect to the superbase. So you get a partial control over your application, and rest of the stuff depends on the superbase. But here you can get the full database and all the stuff under your control. So you get the full control, full databases and stuff under your control, and you can modify it however you like and actually host it anywhere you like on any system. So like, I will start it to start the entire development. It has given it make dev, so it has given us commands which we can use to start our front end, which is make dev. Okay, so like, we will not do this, and we will simply ask it to start our front end, start the application for us. So it will actually start the application for us. Okay, so it is making Docker. Okay, so that we have to see. Okay, so it is making a Docker application. So we have to start the Docker for it. Not always make Docker application, but this time it is making Docker application. You can actually start it to make a server like UVCon and stuff, which will actually don't require Docker to be set up in your system. So it is building our image, and it has run into some problem, which will which it will solve itself. So it is waiting for to solve itself, and it will move forward. So like it has identified the problem that we are running into, and it will solve the problem and actually start the application. So it was missing some packages, so it is installing that now. So even with all the advantages, I will say it has one disadvantage too, that is requires you to have some amount of confidence in yourself that you are not going to mess around, because the people see the code and they actually get uh, worried that if they mess around and they will break something. So that's the plus which Lovable and Bolt have, because they actually hide their code, and you have to manually ask it to show you the code. So that is the thing. So if you have little confidence on yourself that you are building something and you will not break it, then you can actually use it very comfortably. So it is downloading packages now. So completed. Now it will move forward to the next step.
Viren, there is a one
Yes,
thing
yes,
that I want to ask you. How
yes,
do you
yes.
tackle that logical errors or a security bug that might be put in our code base by
Yes,
these white code platforms?
you can use security measures, like there are standards of security measures which you can use and actually tell AI to use that security measures. So your app and code base is actually more secure than and follows industry standard security measures. So that you can do, but yes, you have some securities issue that you have to have some knowledge that I have to follow these protocols and actually instruct the AI to do that. But actually AI platforms that nowadays are actually uh, getting pretty smart, and actually they auto detects and auto implements the security systems and auto implement those security measures that the industry standard has been set to.
Actually, I have heard of one platform like I guess it's a Code Rabbit. I guess
Yes, yes, Code Rabbit. Code
so
Rabbit
they
is
are
actually a very,
providing, yeah,
yeah,
they
Code
are
Rabbit is
providing a
actually,
reviewing our code. Yeah, I
yes,
guess.
Code Rabbit is actually a very helpful platform too, that you can use your Code Rabbit to review your code, and if you had any security issue, that it can help you too. that actually Code Rapid is also a paid service that you have to pay for, but
Yeah, that's the catch.
that's the catch. Actually, most of the services are paid nowadays.
Yeah,
That's the catch. The Code Rabbit is very good platform. You can use it to have a security measure, so you avoid using the problems like you hard embedded the API key, which is not supposed to be there. Which AI many times does hard embedding the AI key, API
yeah,
key,
yeah.
which people actually end up pushing on the GitHub and making them public. So Code Rapids prevent that. You can actually use the Code Rapid and you can install the extension of Code Rabbit too. Like I will actually demonstrate you how to install Code Rabbit extension. But given the catch, the Code Rapid is also a paid platform, so it will work free for you few times, but then it will ask for the payment.
It's like freemium model.
Yeah, freemium model.
Yeah, yeah. You carry on, carry on. Okay.
So yeah, the ID just got crashed and it reloaded. Like I have many application open, that's why naturally doesn't happen. So yeah, you can actually search for Code Rapid and you can install it, and whenever you push to GitHub it will actually start reviewing your code automatically, and it will detect the problem automatically and fix them too if you allow it to. But uh, in the meanwhile you can also instruct AI to generate the code which follows the industry security measures, and make sure the AI does not hard embed your API keys into the code, and you end up pushing it, which actually makes your platform very vulnerable. So that you have to take care of. So this is Code Rapid. You can use it. It is an AI tool only that reviews your code and help you in security measures, you can say. So yeah, it started. We can just ask it to continue. So yeah, it has come to task 1.3. Now it will go to task 1.4 and forward. Okay, it seems to be stuck. So it gets stuck sometime, which you can just restart. Actually, I have many applications open. That's why it's getting stuck. So yeah, it's back. npm install. Okay, it is installing again. Okay, just verified. Now it will move forward. So, and one thing like for the security measures, you have to create an env file or ask the ID to make an env file, and in that env file you have to store all your API key, and never embed the API key in the code, and always store it in the env file, so env file does not get uploaded to the platforms which you use to share your code like GitHub and keeps your platform secure. So always ask AI to embed your ID key in env folder and never in your code base, which it might do sometimes. So you have to be careful about that. It is actually getting stuck. Okay. So it is getting stuck for some reason. I've closed the application. Uh,
So it's the last part of the session, right? It's deploying on Docker, I guess.
Yes, like deploying is the last part. So there are many platforms you can deploy to, but for the most easiest access and most easiest deployment, you can use Vercel or Netlify for that purpose. And also there is one good platform which might be slightly expensive, but allows you to host the full stack application with actual backend and front end, which Vercel does not, which Vercel does only static websites. So for that you can use Railway. Railway allows you to actually deploy your Docker applications too, and all the full stack application. So Railway is a very good platform for that. You can deploy it, but only caveat is it is slightly expensive than platform like Vercel and stuff. So you can actually deploy your project with database, template, Docker file, or anything. So like GitHub repository, you can choose. It will actually pull from your GitHub repository and deploy your application. So you can just log in into your GitHub, like any GitHub account you have.
Actually, I've tried the Python Flask-based app to deploy on a
Yes, yes.
Vercel, but I guess Vercel is not compatible with that
Yes, Vercel is
Python
not compatible.
library.
Vercel is just for the basic front end apps. So if your end is
Yeah.
just front end, like if it is like you made from Lovable or Bolt, though that you can host on Vercel very easily. But if you are making a full stack application like that which we are building right now, then you have to go to platform like Railway, which is good. And if you don't want to go to platforms like Railway, you can actually go to professional services like AWS or Google Cloud that you can deploy on. But I will suggest you for in easier deployment, you go with Railway. That it is easier to deploy on Railway. So if you select your any repository, it auto detects the repository, and I have selected any repository I had, and it will just initialize the repository and it will deploy it there. So
Okay, so
deployment with,
is there any file we need to create for Railway, like YAML file or anything?
yeah, if you
Just
YAML file we have to create, but for the Docker application. But if you are not using Docker, you can actually just put the GitHub in the repo, and that it will detect it and it will deploy it there. And you can
yeah.
actually connect your site domains with it and use it as a live site. So I will also show you Vercel too. Vercel is also similar, but as I said, it is for static websites only. So you can,
Most of the portfolios host there actually.
yes, yes.
People host their portfolio. I did
So
too.
this is the platform like Vercel. You can actually just see, and this is one of the website I am hosting on Vercel right now. So you can just see it is also been vibe coded on Cairo only. So you can actually log in and stuff. Like it is an static website, so it does not require railway deployment. It can be deployed on Vercel only. So I have deployed it on Vercel. So it is getting some problem to connect with the process. That's the other thing. But this is the kind of UI you can achieve with Cairo. This is like I think it is neo brutalism UI. So you can achieve it in Cairo by instructing it the kind of UI we want. And as I have instructed in the this project, like it will use glass morphism UI, which is a new kind of UI. If you have seen Apple's design lately, so it is using glass morphism UI. So you can create a very interactive website and create a very good apps using Cairo. Uh, Sadly, I was not able to demonstrate the full application, but as I will say, it will take some time, so I will not be able to demonstrate the full application here from scratch. So to wrap up, I will say you can use Cairo and other platforms like QCoder and VS Code 2. VS Code 2 has Copilot feature, which is actually free for students. So that's a very good thing too. That they only also offer Claude 4.5 Sonnet, so you can actually sign up for the GitHub account with the student ID, and you can actually use VS Code with which is actually free for students. So you can use premium here. So like it is, I am using the premium of the free that they offer to the students. So you can actually use this too. This sadly does not have a plan feature, but like Cairo, so you can use it to refine your app later. But later, that's the benefit with Cairo, that your all of the files are local, so you can modify it in any ID. You can start in Cairo, and if you want, you can switch to VS Code, or even you can switch to QCoder later and take the project from there. They all use Claude 4.5 Sonnet, so the result will be consistent too. You just have to be consistent with your prompts and instructing the AI what you actually want in clear words. So, and as I have said, you have to get the grasp of basic terminologies too, like what file is what and which commands does what there, so you can easily navigate through the project you are working on. And as I have said about the ideas, you can easily hunt down the ideas on acquire.com, or you can actually work on your own original ideas. And you can use the Comet browser assistant to uh, find the best ideas with you. It is like vibe browsing only. So you can ask the yes, Avnish.
Actually, I have struggled with the problem of finding the better UI for any app that I'm building. How do you come up with those ideas, like for the UI part, like style or font, anything, these things? How do you come up with these ideas?
So like you can do one thing. You can design the whole site yourself in Figma and import it, which is actually very simple. Or you can actually instruct the AI on designs which actually are popular. So popular design it does well, like if you go with glass morphism and go with neo brutalism, so it understands what type of design you are looking forward to. So if you define it to make a predefined design which is a popular type of design, it will do very well, like a zen design or a glass morphism design, it will do very well in that. But you can also instruct it very precisely on how you want to design the UI. So it will design the UI that way only. But I will suggest, if you want a consistent result, to go with the predefined type of design like glass morphism, zen design, or neo brutalism type of design. So you will get a more consistent result with that.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
So I was saying,
Okay, guys, if there are any question, you can ask to Viren. We are about to end the session.
Hello.
hello, hello, Amrit.
Yeah, I was asking that as you have used Amazon Cairo and created a app or
Yes, yes,
website,
yes, yes.
so this app and website requires a server. So where will this website and app will host? I mean, my local computer or Amazon web server?
You can use Amazon web server, or even you can use your own computer, like an old laptop. If you are using some uh, project, for project, you can use your old laptop as a server. And that too, you that, as I say, if you are using want to use an easy deployment platform, you can use railway to deploy your sites. So
So it will
railway,
use that server. I mean,
yeah,
railway server or
railway server, yeah, it will use railway server to deploy your website. Or if you want to deploy it yourself, then you can use your own computer. If you have any old computer, then you can use it for some projects. But if you are using building a professional grade project, then I will suggest using to use professional grade server service like railway or AWS only.
okay. So if I make a good website for public uses and deploy it on Amazon, how much it will cost me?
Depends on your traffic.
Okay.
Like if they give you free credits for the first time user, but after your credit run out, you have to pay as per the uses and traffic you got on your website. Like even if you go with the Google offers you $300 in the credits, which is absolutely for free. So you can use that credit, and after that credit you have to pay as per the uses and how much traffic you get on your website.
Okay. So as I have heard that while if AI writes code, there is a lot of bugs and errors. So
Yeah.
wouldn't my website or app will be vulnerable? I mean, it could be hacked.
Yeah, that's the problem with whole vibe coding. Like if you think about it, the if AI can write your code, it can break your code. Your point is very valid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's only. So how I can tackle this issue? I mean, is there any other platform or I have to go line by line and debug my code?
No, you don't have to go line by line and debug your code, but you can instruct AI to use security measures like industrial security measures. There are many security measures to write your code. You can instruct the AI to write your code in that security measures. So your code is as compliant to the industry level security as possible. But you can also manually configure your code. As I have said, it is an open source type of thing. You can have all your code base, so you can use any id, or you can actually edit it manually. But you don't actually have to write it one line by line. You can actually hand the id the task you are looking forward to, and it will actually make it security compliant as much as possible.
Okay. Thank you. And a last doubt that what is API and why it shouldn't be shared with anyone?
What is what?
What is API?
API is like an address to which thing is called upon, like a phone number. Okay.
Okay.
So it is a secret. Like you also have not only APIs, so also have JWT tokens, which is used for database. So that you have to use. And API is like, if you use for the AI's API, so if you share your API, then anybody can use that key to access on your credit. So you will get uh, bills which you are not using.
Okay. I got it.
So
Yeah,
it is like a key, and it is like a key and an address.
yeah. Oh, it's
Anybody
quite
has any other thing?
interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, I
24.
have some few questions to you.
Yes.
Firstly, can you a quick walk through from the process from the initially, like uh, from the first prompt, and then we converted that simple instruction from the perplexity to Google document,
Yes. Yes.
and like how did we do that? Do we use
Like,
the perplexity for that, or and how
yes,
that
the
document plan become more structured afterwards? Like I guess we used that a koi something
Yeah,
for that.
there is a browser by Perplexity, which is in Comet browser, which is an agentic type of browser. Like it does browsing for you on your behalf. Uh, so it search the whole webs and collects the information and writes all your documents. Even you can write emails with it and send it. So it searches this site for the ideas like which you are looking forward to. Like it has a mobile app idea which is actually worth 30 million they are asking for. So you can actually sort out ideas from here using the assistant which is built into an IDE, and you can actually ask it to make a Google document with the specifications of the app and all the features it is going to have, and it will create a Google document which you can then copy and paste into an IDE, any IDE you like, and then the process forward goes.
So the document we created from Perplexity, we
Yes, yes,
used that for Cairo AI, and Cairo AI made the structured plan upon
yes,
that document.
yes. It created a
Okay,
structure planned how it is going to act and which steps it is going to take to make an entire application.
okay. And does are we going to build a whole full-fledged software by with the tier of this Cairo software? Because
Yeah,
I have experienced some things like Replit software that is free initially till some progress bar of 100%, and then we have to purchase some more for further precision of our application. Yeah.
yeah, you can use it till the 500 credits, which is very much for the simple application. You can entirely build a simple application for free. Other thing I will suggest you to do, if you are totally want to go free, that you start with the Cairo ID and move forward. The plan when the plan got created in the Cairo ID, you can actually move forward to the VS Code, and there you get a student discount. Like you get a free premium for free if you are a student, and you can actually take it on our ID, which you get email IDs. You can actually go to GitHub and get that free, and you can
Yeah.
actually move forward the development with the in the VS Code. So you can actually complete the whole application for free.
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
GitHub
That's a good
Copilot
idea.
is under the GitHub Student Pack, I guess.
Yes, yes, GitHub Copilot is under GitHub student program.
Yeah.
There are
You can get the
many
our
other
email ID
benefits
actually.
too. Yes,
Yeah.
many other benefits are there too. Any other doubts?
No, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a
Thank you, sir.
last doubt. Uh, After creating an application, how we
Yes.
will convert to .exe or any file format?
Okay. So if you are creating an application which is for a desktop application, you will not use the stack like Node.js or that, because Node.js is like for applications that are web based. So if you are creating a application which is a desktop application or even that for a mobile application, So that you can ask the IDE itself to create an executable file, and it will create an executable file itself. You can create an APK file for mobile, or even and exe file for the desktop, and you can use it as a program. Like the tech stack will be totally different for the web and for the desktop application or mobile application. Like in the web application you use Next.js and things like that, but for mobile application you use Flutter or Kotlin like that. So for Java you will use for exe type of files, or any other tech stack which you can decide using Perplexity itself, like which tech stack is best for you. Like that will be totally different tech stacks, and the IDE is capable of making that too. You can instruct the IDE to make an exe file for you, and it will create an exe file for you. Any other doubts? I think nobody has doubts.
Manav, so should we stop streaming or close this
Yeah,
session?
we should wind up. It's getting
Yeah,
late.
yeah, I will stop streaming.